The United States has a very severe problem with firearm violence, and some people do not believe this is true. Some people wish to deny that fact, but the evidence speaks for itself. The reality of the situation is beyond question, although even if people do admit that there is a problem with firearm violence in the United States, some people still cannot agree as to the specific cause of said firearm violence. Now, most people who agree that firearm violence is a problem in the United States also agree that easy accessibility to firearms is the cause or a major cause of the problem. Now, some people do not believe that is the case. Some people believe that a major cause of the issue is there being a large number of people who are angry or dissatisfied without proper access to therapy. But there are also angry people without access to therapy in other countries of the world. And those countries of the world do not have nearly as great a problem with firearm violence as does the United States. So that clearly is not the main cause of the issue. So yes, shall agree with the majority of the people that easy accessibility to firearms is, without question, a major part of the issue. But, however, the United States has always been a haven for gun owners. So I did some research and I found that the first mass shooting in the United States occurred in Philadelphia in 1949. So that was quite some time ago. And I also have noticed that it seems to have been within the past 20 to 25 years that firearm violence really seems to have been a major issue, or more accurately, that is for how long society has been paying attention to it. Yes, it seems to me that the Columbine massacre was really the start of the country being aware of the prevalence of firearm violence. So, easy accessibility to firearms is a part of the problem, and of course, people being angry without proper therapy is a part of the problem also. But why is it that mass shootings really seem to have been a major issue within the past 20 to 25 years? And I believe that at least one of the reasons for that is because now we have constant news coverage, which we did not always have prior to, say, the Columbine massacre. Now we have constant news feeds, constant bombardment of information, and of course we have social media. We have Facebook, Instagram, and numerous other platforms as well on which people can post practically anything that they wish to post. We did not have those before. These are recent innovations. So it seems to me that social media is part of the problem, not the entirety, of course, but I certainly do not wish to demonize social media. Social media itself is not inherently good or evil. It is simply a tool, and it can be used for either good or ill purposes. And I am of the opinion, I have observed, that some people post their intentions, post themselves engaging in acts of wanton violence, and doing so glorifies those people and their acts. Or even if the people themselves do not post about engaging in acts of mass killings, of excessive violence, other people may do so. The news gives them coverage. Like, for example, after the Boston Marathon bombing, Rolling Stone magazine featured Johar Tsarnaev on their front cover, and I shall not pass judgment on that. I shall keep my thoughts on that particular choice to myself, but I have very little doubt in my mind that having Tsarnaev on the cover of Rolling Stone magazine very likely inspired copycats to follow in his example. So I very much believe that the news should not be glorifying the perpetrators of these acts of violence. We should not be giving them the glory they seek, because that is what they want. They want the glory. They want the attention. And, I mean, some of them may want to live, but the majority of these people don't care if they die. They want people to know their names. They want people to see their faces. So that, I believe, is another very very major factor in this particular matter. We need to stop giving these people the attention they seek. So yes, and of course, again, that is just one factor because, of course, again, in other countries too, I'm certain this happens. I'm certain in other countries, people do not want the perpetrators of violence to be given attention. So I think it is a combination of the news media giving attention to people and easy accessibility to firearms. So again, I would like to emphasize, I am very much in favor of private ownership of firearms, but we need common sense measures to ensure they are not so easily accessible. And I have spoken about this in other videos, but I'd like to reiterate again. So yes, I very much believe that the United States has a major problem with gun violence, and people need to do something about it. I mean, some people are simply being too stubborn. They do not wish to admit that it is a problem, or for those who do acknowledge it as a problem, they are simply too fond of their guns to actually do something about it. So everyone needs to work together to try to reduce the prevalence and the frequency of firearm violence, because we are still not that far into the new year, and there already has been a mass shooting at a university, maybe in Iowa, I forget which state, but there has already been a mass shooting, and we're not that far into the new year. So this is very sad indeed. We really need to do better. We really need to make sure that we can decrease the prevalence of firearm violence as time goes on. Like, my brother and his wife have 2 young children, and I am just really hoping that those 2 children do not grow up in constant fear of a deranged madman entering their schools and shooting up everybody. That would be most horrible indeed. So yes, I have carried on for quite some time now. So I thank everyone for listening to this, and I do hope that we can work toward a future in which firearm violence is an extreme rarity rather than just a fact of life that we are all being forced to endure. Again, thank you very much, everyone.